anyone who's not here can watch this. So I have, generally I'll mute people just to reduce background noise. So if you have a question, just type a chat, and that's how I'll know that you have a question, and then I can unmute everyone. Just quickly, our vision and mission that every young adult is educated, employed, and career-bound, and to equip young adults with the skills to overcome barriers and win in education, employment, and as citizens. So today, again, these webinars are really intended to be quite informal. We're going to talk about Slack for a minute and just kind of the importance of how we use that. We're going to talk about best practices in recruiting and then some resource sharing options. So moving on, if you are not on Slack, please let me know, send me an email so I can make sure to share a Slack invitation with you. Really, this is our primary method of communication with you all and with each other. So the reason that we really encourage you to use it is because it allows multiple people to receive information and participate in information sharing versus just, for example, if one of you emailed me something, that would be only between you and I. So just today I saw that Kaylee, she's one of our new specialists, shared an activity that she did with her youth, and that's really the purpose of why we have Slack. It's something that we want you all to be using so that you can be freely sharing information with each other and also connecting with specialists across the state. There are a lot of specialists who are quite isolated. They might be the only one in their school district, the only one in their town, and so the more that they can get information from each other through this through Slack, the better. So really our recommendation is that specialists log in at least once a day just to kind of see what we've been posting in there, because we do post information in there that we do not email out, and that you can comment on or react to and whatnot, and managers that you are logging in 1 to 2 times a week. There is an option to download an app on your phone. It's free, and if you ever need help setting that up, you can let me know. The part of it that might be a little confusing for people is, so you download it. Once you open the app, you'll select sign into an existing team, and our team domain name is Jobs4MIGrads. So that's the part that might kind of throw people off. Once you type that in, you'll just enter the email and password that you normally use for your website or browser or desktop version of Slack, and you can get notifications there. You can also set it up so that you'll get email notifications if you are ever personally notified, or if a channel you've joined is notified, which I recommend doing as well if you're not logging in every day. Are there any questions about Slack before I move on?
Either however you felt about the situation, then write the opposite.
Okay, sorry, just a second here. I'm gonna... Okay. So the next thing that we're gonna kind of talk about a little bit here is recruitment. For out of school, we're currently at about 400 participants. That's anyone who has been in the active phase of the program this year. And as you can see on here, our goal is to reach 650 by the end of the year. So we will be increasing this number quite a bit with the onboarding of our new affiliate. It's Southeast Michigan Works, but that still leaves room for some growth here. And you all probably have different recruitment goals. You're probably at different spots in terms of your recruitment and how many participants you have. But I just wanted to take a minute and have you think about what your most successful recruitment strategy has been. So if you have been someone who has had to actively recruit youth into JMG, and so what is it that you have done? Is it, if you could specifically think of that, and then I'm going to ask some of you to share out that answer. This is really just for the purpose of recruitment comes up a lot as a challenge, specifically for our specialists who are working in rural areas, and really wanting to get your opinion and ideas on what you have found to be successful when it comes to recruitment. So just anything that you have found to be successful. So if you could, if anyone has a successful recruiting strategy, you could share that out to the rest of us. We would appreciate that. So at any time, go for it. You can either speak or you can type it on Slack, either way. Okay, so thanks, David. He said that he's partnered with the GED program. So is that, David, is that through Peckham that the GED program, is that like at the service center where you are providing service for your youth generally? And anyone else, feel free to share if recruitment has been something that's been a big challenge for you. Maybe share specifically what's been a challenge or what you've been attempting to do but that maybe isn't working so well. Anything around recruitment that can help us increase our numbers and make sure that we're hitting our goal by the end of the year. Okay, so you have 3 locations where you're recruiting students from, David, and you partner specifically with the people providing the GED program. I can imagine that's what a lot of our specialists are doing. I know that here in Benton Harbor that DeMarco, our out-of-school specialist, he partners with our Bridge Academy, which is like the GED program. It's a little bit more all-encompassing. So this is something that's kind of an ongoing challenge, an ongoing process that I know that we're all working toward. So anytime that you all have ideas of who you're successfully recruiting from, finding students for the program, we love to hear from you. So thanks a lot, David. He also suggested juvenile probation officers. I definitely know that that's something that I've heard other out-of-school specialists share as well. So this is kind of like a work in progress in terms of increasing our numbers. If any of you specifically need support around recruiting, we can connect you with someone like David or with DeMarco who has found success and has a lot of ideas of places that you can recruit from. Thanks for sharing, David. Any questions about recruitment and our goals around that? Okay, so we're going to, one of the main focuses that I wanted to talk about today are the resources that can help you all do your job better. So now that Beth has come back in the office and I am able to kind of focus solely on out of school, I'm going to start really creating a suite of resources for you all. And we're kind of working from scratch right now in terms of I have like the out of school modules that JAG has provided and some other resources that we've gathered along the way, but this is kind of I'm just jumping off from that in terms of creating something that will actually be useful for you all to use in terms of providing services for youth. So the different resources that we think about that you might need is connecting students to GED and diploma services. I think the big ones are going to be delivering the actual out-of-school curriculum and modules to students. So like I said, there is the JAG resource on Dropbox, but it might not be as comprehensive as you would like, or it might be a little bit outdated. There's the career exploration, financial literacy, any type of leadership development, labor market information, where are you finding those resources, and so on. So I just wanted, again, to ask you all to actually come up with, or to share with us the best resource that you use for your out-of-school program that might also be useful for another out-of-school manager or specialist. So like if there was one thing that you didn't have access to that helps you do your job, what is it? And hopefully you could think of something that that I can connect other specialists to. Like if it's something that is specific to where you work, that might be a little bit difficult because we want to make sure that specialists across the state can also access this. And then if you could also think of one resource that you wish you had but you don't. So it could be any of these topics, resources around financial literacy, resources around interviewing skills. So again, if you could either type in Slack or actually speak out, I always encourage you to do that. Either the best resource that you use or one resource that you actually wish you have but you do not have access to. So anyone anyone able to think of a resource that's really useful for them? Anyone able to think of a resource that they do not have that they would be helpful for us to provide to you? This can cover really any topic that you might need when it comes to working with youth. So I see that David is typing again. Thanks a lot, David. While you're answering that, I'm going to show you guys something I have been doing is kind of reorganizing and revamping our Dropbox folder. So to make it a little more user-friendly, when I came on, I found that it just didn't really make sense in terms of like where different folders were and whatnot. So everyone here should have an invite to access our Dropbox folder. And when you log in, you'll see something that looks like this. So here's JMG Curriculum and Resources. And so right now, these are kind of like the active working folders that I have. The main ones that you'll be probably using would be the out of school model folder and then the specialist resources folder. If you go into the out of school model folder, I've tried to kind of sort things and add things and delete things that would be more useful for you. So the competencies folder, this is really focused on like those 20 competencies that specialists are delivering during the active phase of programming. If you look in the curriculum modules, this is where there are the 20 actual modules that JAG has created some curriculum for. Logan had a question last week around some of these actually required a password. So like if you go into some of these activities, it will actually, let me see if I can find one. They might actually ask you to add a password in order to open the file, a little bit unfortunately, but I found out where you could actually get the password information from and uploaded that for you. So if you're ever trying to open a file and it asks you for a password, just go to password folders and it has the answers here. So in addition to that, we've got the pre and post tests from each year here, some more out-of-school resources just in general, so like the handbook, other documents that we've uploaded. And then, so this I saw that David had said that he was, that more PowerPoint presentations would be helpful for him. And what we have right now in Dropbox is our training PowerPoint slides, but we can definitely make a folder for PowerPoint slides that specialists have created. And where you'll find that as of now would be in the specialist resources, and then there's a folder here called specialist shared lessons and projects. So I do have a folder here called PowerPoint slides. There's only 3 of them though, so anytime that you're actually delivering services to your kids and did something great, we'd love for you to share it with us and we can just upload it right here. So there's other things in here. There's a financial literacy unit, a career research project that Jocelyn, one of our specialists, shared about, entrepreneurship. So hopefully this is becoming a little bit more useful for you guys. Send me any feedback you have on stuff that you would like to see in the Dropbox or things that in terms of organization that don't make sense to you or something you can't find, and I'll make sure to put it somewhere that actually makes sense. Are there any other ideas about resources that are useful for you, that you have found useful or that you would like to see? Okay. So again, anytime, just let me know through Slack or email or anything if there's something that we can provide you with that that we're not. And David will definitely, anytime that we get PowerPoint slides that might be useful to our out-of-school specialists, we'll make sure to upload them to Dropbox as well. So are there any questions on things that were not related to those topics? So ENDMS stuff or in general upcoming events, things that I just didn't cover at all, just any questions that you guys have. This is really just meant to be a time for you to get the help that you need. So if you have any questions, please let me know. And additionally, some upcoming dates. We have our next O&I call next Wednesday, the normal time, 3:30 to 4:30. Legislative Day, we've been talking about that. That is February 14th. Out of school participants are invited to attend, so your manager should be communicating with you if you would be attending that with some of your participants. And then, of course, the Career Development Conference on April 20th. Okay, Career Association for Out of School. That is a great topic/challenge. David, thank you for sharing. So that's something that that I have heard from a couple different specialists that's a challenge. Does anyone on the call right now have a successful career association with their students that you could maybe talk about? And if not, that's something that we could maybe have as a topic for a different webinar, and I could do some research in finding an out-of-school specialist who is kind of successful in this area. But is there anyone on today who's successful with career association and actually getting youth to consistently participate or participate in some form? Yeah, so the issue is scheduling, as David says, which makes total sense since you're having youth come to you at all different times. Does anyone else have any feedback on that? So I think that's definitely something that I'm going to try and talk to see some of our specialists who've kind of been around for a while, what they're doing successfully with that, David. Because I can imagine that that would definitely be challenging considering all of the different, all the different challenges that you're facing as an out-of-school specialist in terms of location, transportation, youth actually getting to your sites and so on. And that's something that we can also reach out to like JAG National on, hear what their other specialists across the country are actually doing, because out-of-school programming is growing nationally. So there has to be someone somewhere who has an idea of how to do this, and hopefully we can find them and share it back out with you guys. But thanks for bringing that up. Does anyone else have any other challenges similar to that you're finding? Okay, well, so we're just going to end really early today. Just wanted to kind of give you guys some space to share ideas and resources, and it sounds like it's not exactly what would best be serving you right now, so we'll kind of revamp that moving forward for our webinars. But just wanted to thank you all for taking the time to come to the call, and I'll send out some follow-up information on the Career Association stuff moving forward. Thanks, David, for your ideas as always. And if you have any questions or ideas about webinars moving forward, please send them our way. This is really meant to be a useful time for you guys and connecting you with ideas and people and resources across the state so that it makes your very challenging jobs a little bit easier. So have a great afternoon, great rest of the week, and as always, reach out to me if you have any questions. Thanks a lot, guys.